Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about the first half of my week number 42 of 2024. It's been actually a really cool Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, first half of my week, and I'm going to talk about it now. So yeah, basically, I wrote the plan for this week on fucking Friday or something last week, and last week wasn't great. I was a little bit injured after competition. The training was basically non-existent, so I wanted to wake up earlier, go to training, do my work, just be better overall. So far, I'd say I have sort of achieved that. I've been very busy though with other things that have jumped up, which they're quite cool on their own. So woke up at 6:15 on Monday morning, and it was pretty good actually. I mean, it was pretty good. And wait, did I? Yeah, I think I did. 6:15, and I had my porridge, my Nutella. I had a really slow morning. Instead of having a fast morning and do some work before leaving for training, I just had a slow morning. So that's something I need to work on. I think I might delete YouTube on my phone because I've been like gooning on fucking YouTube Shorts for too long. I might delete that shit, but yeah, we shall see. So yeah, very slow morning, and then I went to training, and I've done this a few times before. And it's not the worst mistake ever, but I turned up to training, and I was like, oh, I'm 20 minutes early. Oh yeah, I've got it on my schedule. On my schedule, it's wrong too. So for some reason, I thought the class started at 10 a.m. It started at 11 a.m. and it has started at 11 a.m. for months. I turn up at fucking 9:45, and the guy at the desk goes, "Fucking hell, mate, you're early." I'm like, and I thought he meant like 15 minutes early, which is early, but I thought he was taking the piss because I'm usually late and I'm trying to turn a new page. So I thought he's like, yeah, he's exaggerating. I'm not that early. I'm normal. But no, I was an hour and 15 minutes early. But luckily, a few of my mates were coming early anyway to do some extra drilling. So I just jumped in with that. And before I know it, it was 11 o'clock and we were training. And it was a pretty good session. For some reason, my attentiveness was actually 4.5. 4.5, no, not 4.5, 4 out of 5. Because I remember not ever having to ask anyone for the move because I paid attention every time it was shown, which was crazy. My energy was 3 out of 5. That's not strictly true. I'd say my energy was probably like 4 out of 5 / maybe even 5 out of 5 because I haven't really trained properly for a week. But I wasn't able to exert all my energy because my foot was still bothering me and I couldn't really spring off of it and it sucked. Also my knee for some reason. Whenever I just my knee contacts against the floor, it's very sensitive. Besides all this, my performance in rolling, I rated 4 out of 5. I felt good. So yeah, I did the training, had a coffee with my mate, and there was also 2 other lovely people there that I don't usually have coffee with, but they were there and I was not at all bothered by their presence. Actually quite pleasant and a change of scenery. However, I couldn't really speak to my mate like really one-on-one because otherwise it would just be rude. But yeah, my other friend, who's the friend at the coffee, he's undergoing some of my personal training stuff online. I would have been interested to catch up with him, but another time. I got home around 3ish, checked on clients, had a spaghetti bolognese, and 2 slices of sourdough with non-fat cottage cheese is my new thing. Yeah, as I mentioned last video, I'm having a hard time balancing macros. It's something I've never really done before. I've always been healthy and I've never been overweight or anything, but now I'm trying to actually track this stuff because this is what I'm telling my clients to do. So I'm like, fuck, I've actually never done this myself. I better try myself before I expect other people to do it or set other people programs, you know? So I've been trying it myself and I put my regular meals in that I usually have day to day when I'm not thinking about tracking. And I basically land on an even 33% on all of my macros, which isn't really recommended. I believe they recommend something like 40% carbs and then 30-30 proteins and fats. But I'm like 33% everything, which is interesting how I sort of landed that without trying. Um, but yeah, so I'm a big fan of Renaissance Periodization, Dr. Mike Israel, and I got their diet app, and I said I want to put on muscle, so obviously they've upped my calories, which was expected. But what I didn't expect is they've given me 15% fat. Um, yeah, I already spoke about this last video, but it's fucking hard. 15% fat in like 3,500 calories is hard. Um, well, actually, I suppose mathematically speaking, it's no harder than 2,000 calories, 15% fat. But yeah, yeah, for me, 15% fat alone is hard. But I've started to be more creative, and because for some reason there's meals on with there's the recipe discovery options for everything with like high protein, low carbs, but for some reason there's nothing low fat, high protein. Of course there is things that exist, but there's no recipe ideas. Maybe because it's not very glamorous. But I mean, I've heard of people preaching about egg whites before, and I'm starting to see how that become useful for people the same goal as me. I mean, I'm really on the bandwagon that just eat the whole fucking egg. You know, the egg's good for you. It's good fats. But whilst that's definitely true, you know, good fats or not, it's still fats. And if I have to hit a low percentage of fat, then it doesn't matter if it's saturated or not. Get it out. So I bought some egg whites. I'm gonna have an egg white omelette tomorrow. Probably put some fucking onions in it. I'm starting to love onions too. But yeah, so I'm just really discovering and exploring more. I say discovering. People have done this shit 100 times before, but doing it myself, and kind of, yeah, kind of branching out meal wise, because I've kind of just stay within the same kind of area when it comes to food, quite happily. I mean, I might try something new when I go out, but when it comes to home stuff, I'm pretty happy with what I've got. I don't really feel like, oh, I'm bored. You know, I can kind of eat the same thing for dinner forever, really. But yeah, so that's an interesting thing that's going on. Also, one of the guys at the gym today, I'm saying on Monday, I rolled with him and he beat me up. But then afterwards, he said he's got a very strong Russian accent and he's a strength and conditioning coach. And I've just so happened I've browsed the website where he teaches, because obviously I want to become a personal trainer, and I've been seeing I've just been looking at personal trainers. So I looked at him and he charges like £800 for a week. I'm like, yo, what? So obviously he must know his stuff. So after I rolled with him, he offered me free training, roughly 2 sessions a week for a month. And I was like, what? I was like, yeah, man, thanks. And he says he just wanted to take one or two guys from the jiu-jitsu gym to get their conditioning better, because he believes in them. They got the, he said, you've got the dog in you, and you can go and compete. If you're strong, you're gonna be even better. I was like, wow. I guess he wants my endorsement on socials after a competition or something. I don't have like a crazy following or anything, but yeah, that was cool. Came home, did all that, had my food, set up some stuff for my Minecraft, and played a little bit of Minecraft at 6 o'clock. On the way home, I also took the key off my mate. My mate that I've been going to the gym with, his sleep schedule is so fucked. So by the time it's like 8 p.m, he's already in bed. He goes to bed at like fucking 4 or 5 p.m. and wakes up at like 4 a.m. or something. I know that's like a crazy amount of sleep, but that's what I mean. Set aside the bizarre times. But because we can't really go to the gym together right now because of his sleep, he said that I can take the key fob off him and go to the gym on his membership with the resistance training gym, separate from the jiu-jitsu gym. And it's really local to me, so it fucking works out, because the jiu-jitsu gym is about an hour away from me. This weights gym is like not even 15 minutes. So it's actually been a godsend, and I'm very thankful for him. I've said, like, you look, man, I'll pay half of the membership if you want. And he says, yeah, let's just leave it until like Christmas time, we'll sort something out. And yeah, I give him like nicotine and fucking coffee. He is old enough to buy that, just to clarify, but you know, I just buy it for him just to be like, thanks man, I appreciate you. So yeah, did that, and went to the gym, smashed it out. It was nice being there. I guess on my own, because usually I'm with someone and he's always checking in, like, hey, when are you leaving? Which is not a problem. But he's like, oh, it's quite therapeutic to, like, no one's going to come up to me. It was actually quite busy though, so there's a lot of shit taken, which was quite annoying. But yeah, so smashed out the gym session, my first day of the Superman mesocycle. There's this workout order which is called the Superman workout, 6 days a week, basically all body. So that's interesting. When I got home, I actually had to do a little bit of meal prep. I took some chicken out to defrost. I made some like rice with tomato sauce. I couldn't find any low-fat sauce, so the tomato sauce has quite a bit of fat, which is not ideal. Um, the rice, tomato sauce, kale, chicken breast, and I also chopped up some onion to go in the sauce. There's probably already like razor thin onions in there, but I just put some more for extra carbs. So yeah, that was nice. I had to stay up pretty late doing that. I had to stay up. I'm trying to go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, and I've basically missed that every night, which is not great. But yeah, had to stay up to meal prep. Had one of those. I had made 4 portions. I ate one then, put 3 in the fridge, and so far they've been great. Oh yeah, so I also, fucking hell, Monday was a big day. I then got an email from the fire brigade. Well, actually, that wasn't a new email. I've probably mentioned that before. But I sort of thought, okay, let's do something with this email. I know a firefighter, not just a firefighter. He's called a station captain or something, or a station marshal, like the head of a station. I know him through jiu-jitsu. Like, jiu-jitsu is honestly like the core of my life. This is like so much of my life starts there, basically. So I texted him, like, because I haven't actually trained with him in a long, long time. But I texted him like, hey, you right? I've just had this email from because he knows that I'm applying because I've asked for his help before, but it's been like over a year since I've had anything from them. So I said, hey, I've got this email. I'm gonna start preparing for maths because there's a maths exam. I said, would you recommend there's anything else I should do? And he just messaged me back, get your ass down here to this fire station. He sent me the address. So I woke up at 6 on Tuesday, had my porridge, and I actually was going to do a low-fat porridge. I designed a porridge where it's boiled in low-fat milk, like 0.5% fat milk, and instead of Nutella, I was going to put just dark chocolate squares. And I put it together and I compared the macros, and it's much lower in sugar, but there's barely any difference in fat. I think most of the fat comes from the actual porridge. The porridge got like the rolled oats, so there's no point sacrificing that much enjoyment for such a tiny bit off the fat. So I did actually do that, and it was all right actually. But I tell you what, I did put the dark chocolate in instead of Nutella. But when it came to the morning, I was like, I'm not using that no-fat milk. It's fucking gay. So I gave it to my dad's girlfriend. So yeah, I went to the fire station. I got there 8 a.m. on time, happy with myself, and yeah, it was awesome. I got shown around. And it was funny because I was just calling this guy like a shortened version of his first name because that's how I've always known him. But he's such a high rank there. All of these other people were looking at me like, who the fuck is this kid following the fucking captain around calling him by his first name? And I didn't realise it, but I was like, after I left, I was like, fuck it out, they must have think I had a right cheek. But yeah, it was a really awesome. He showed me around, and he also called because obviously he did this. He got in 25 plus years ago, so the application process has completely changed since he did it. So he called in some younger guys, and he was like, yo, tell him what you did when you got in, and all these guys helped me out, and it was really helpful. And it looked like everyone looked pretty happy, and yeah, he let me wander around for a bit in the fire station. He says, yeah, it's fucking massive, innit? I'm like, I've never been to a fire station, I don't know. But yeah, it was really cool. Really cool to go in there and experience it, and he's going to help me out a lot, and I think I have a pretty good chance of getting in if that's what I want to do in the future. So yeah, and he says he's helped people get in the past, so if he vouches for me, I think I've got a good fucking chance. And he drove me home. I actually was planning to go to training afterwards, but he offered to drive me home, and I'm like, you know what, I feel like if I turn him down, that's going to like insult him because he probably wants to catch up and stuff. And I read something on Facebook, like he posted something, and it looked like he was going through a really tough time. I think he's actually deleted it now, and he spoke about something closely related. I won't say what it was, but he spoke about something closely related to something in the post that sort of signaled that it's all okay and it's going well again. So I'm like, oh great, so maybe he's doing better. But just because he offered, I thought, fuck it, I might as well go home with him. So we just have some more chat and build more morale, and camaraderie, I guess is the right word. So yeah, so I did that. Had a chicken breast for a snack. Got in the door, like got back home at like 9:30. Had a chicken breast, and then I didn't do much in between now and 12, just a lot of brain rot. I tried to do some work, but I just wasn't in the mind. I was still really excited. I was like, oh my god, I just been to a fire station. So yeah, I didn't really get much done between then and like 12:30 when I had to leave to go to training. Um, I went to the session where that lovely guy offered me a free workout. I was like, fuck yeah. Went and did the conditioning workout. It was a really cool kind of gym, like heavy metal and all that bollocks, and like powerlifting with stones and anvils. And it was cool. We did some different workouts, some different movements that I don't usually do. Use some different machines and equipment like Bulgarian bags. Never used them before, but they're awesome. And yeah, did that, and it was awesome. I was like, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you. And he did mention there, it's like, yeah, we'll do it free for a month, like I said. And then if you want to continue in a month in the future with the team of jiu-jitsu guys, it's £40 a session just to help me with rent, which is completely fair. But I feel like if I'm not prepared to pay that, then I should say before I use the full month of free training, so I'm not mugging him off. You know, I don't know. I think I'm going to do the full 3 month and try to pay for a bit. I maybe won't do 2 sessions a week, maybe like 2 sessions a month if it's £40 a session, because they are fun. I feel like they could actually make me very much stronger, because it's different sort of training to traditional resistance training with like, it's like lots of swinging shit, and it you know, when you do it, it's like, is this even helpful? But I don't know. The science that I've been reading, it kind of goes against all of the science. Like, make sure your negative is very slow. There isn't really negatives in this. It's like swinging around maces and fucking bags and rocks, but I don't know. It's good for the soul, I guess. And I'm sure there is some benefits, but yeah, it is cool. So did that workout, came home. Must have had some food, although I don't have it on this diary for some reason. And yeah, played a bit of Minecraft at 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock came off, tried to do a little bit of work, and then went to the gym. My fucking app, the fucking RP Hypertrophy app wasn't loading, so I was like, fuck. For God's sake, I couldn't get it because it's a web-based app, and I think the server was down for a bit. But then it finally relaunched, and I was back on it. I started doing my own little back workout, because I was like, I don't even remember what the workout was. Oh no, that was on Monday, so that was Monday, yeah. I didn't even remember what the workout was, so I just did some shit, and then every set I was refreshing it. I was like, oh, it came back up. So after I did like 2 sets of back workout, I was like, oh, it's come back up, and it was all chest. So I did chest and back, and I actually hit my back hard too, because I was pissed off, and my back's still aching a bit. This is Wednesday now, but yeah. Sorry, did the workout on Tuesday. All went pretty well there. Had some food, watched some of the boys, and yeah, had a really good sleep on Tuesday night. Even though it wasn't a full 8 hours, it was bloody good. Woke up, had my porridge. I woke up at like 7 actually, not 6:30. Felt fantastic. Had my porridge, had my coffee. Another slow morning, and I was supposed to do like some algebra just to get ready for this test at the fire brigade. So yeah, instead of the algebra, I just had a slow morning and got ready for work, because this is actually my first not trial shift. I've already done that. This is my introduction shift, is what they called it. My first introduction shift at this new restaurant I'm starting at. So I thought, great, I wanted to make sure I was looking good, I was hygienic, very smelling good, like I like to, but it takes a little bit of time to tick all those boxes, you know, deep clean, you know. But yeah, so spent a while getting ready, and then I wanted to walk to the shops to go and get some fucking polos. Yeah.
Keep your bathroom door shut as well, because the heat comes on.
Cool. And turned out I didn't have time. It was really crazy. I saw like loads of people running down my road, and it's sort of like what my school used to do. This certain run around these fields, and these kids was fucking so tiny, and I remember being there because I used to do that run when I was their age for that school. I was like, what the fuck? They're literally tiny. I could like kick them over. They're so small, and I remember being that age and feeling so grown up. It was fucking strange, but didn't have time to go to the shops. So I just said, fuck it, I'll be 10 minutes early for work. Rolled up. Then I was sat down in a chair for like 15 minutes waiting. So I was like, fuck, I could go on to shops. Didn't need to anyway. I was ready to work a full shift, but it was actually a really short day. I was just sat at a laptop for 2 hours watching videos and doing these little quizzes. I've never really worked for a big company. This is probably the biggest company I've ever worked for. Even when I worked in London, it was only like a fucking 25-person company. This is like a huge like chain of pub restaurants. And so they have all these videos about how the founder is such a wonderful person. Look at his humble beginnings. It's so fucking stupid. And then there was another video about allergies and shit. But actually that was pretty useful. And it's actually really sad. The whole corporation was founded by these two parents that lost their daughter to an allergy. So they started this foundation that all restaurants have to do. So they should have said that at the start, but otherwise I would have taken it more seriously. They only said it at the end. I was like, fucking this stupid video. And then this man was like, our family is smaller now because restaurants don't understand this. I was like, wow, that's actually really fucking sad. But yeah, I did those videos for like 2 hours. I got paid for that, so that was fine. The guy sat me down, he told me all the benefits, which was cool. He showed me the rota. And oh yeah, I got added to the group chat on Monday. And there used to be this girl in my school. And I just had like a really casual, innocent crush on her. I was like, oh, she's actually really pretty. And I think I slid into her DMs. Obviously, this was like fucking over 5 years ago now. I was like, oh, she's really pretty. And I remember she said like hi to me in person. I was like, oh my God, why did she do that? She must like me. So I DM'd her hi, but then I didn't get a response. So I was like, oh, fuck it. And to be honest, I haven't really given that much thought since. But she works this restaurant. I'm sure she's forgotten about that now. I was like, fuck. Who knows? I don't know. Part of me says, let's not do this again. Let's not even entertain any girls for now. But then the other part of me says, stop being such a bitch. You want to whinge over this one for the rest of your life? Like, how long? This is fucking stupid. So, and I looked at the rota and we've got like my first 3 shifts are all with her. And I'm guessing that she's going to be basically teaching me the restaurant because she's the only other front of house waitress with me. So, maybe it's going to be cool. I don't know. Yeah, so that's sort of interesting. It'll be really shit if I get there and she's like, oh yeah, so I went out with my boyfriend on the weekend. I'll be like, oh fuck, I'm leaving. No, basically, the guy showed me all the perks. I get some discounts at some places. I have to do even more assessments on my fucking computer at home, but I do get paid for those. So, yeah, it's cool. And yeah, I was ready to work a full shift, but they said, all right, you can go now. I was like, what? I was like, all right, man, fine. So I walked home. I texted my mate like, yo, I've been let go from work early. Do you want to train? So we did a little gym session at like 3 o'clock. That was a good session. For some reason, I couldn't do as many pull-ups as usual, but hit my back well. Back's fucking aching in a good way. And yeah, I've been putting on size. I feel big. You know, I think I look a little bit bigger. I haven't done cardio in a while because of my foot, but I hope it won't take too much of a knock. I'm expecting a slight knock, of course, but I'm hoping not too big. And yeah, so as soon as I get my macros down to like a T, hopefully I see some more positive. I mean, I don't hate the way I look right now, but at this rate, I'll start to probably put on fat instead of muscle because my macros are pretty out of whack. But well, actually, I don't know. People just say, yeah, it's calories and action. Yeah, is it? It's a little bit more complex than that, but it also isn't at the same time. I think they're like really small percentage differences, you know. Like if you hit your macros to a T and do good workouts, then you'll be great. If you kind of fuck up the macros, but you do good workouts, you won't look as good as the guy next to you that's doing it, but you look pretty good still. So I'd still rather do everything right, because especially if I'm going to be teaching this stuff, I need to know I can do it myself. But yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be a very close day. Maybe I'll even be completely on the macros tomorrow, because I'll start with my 0 fat breakfast, and then I'll have because that's the problem. I have a high fat breakfast, a pretty high fat lunch, and then come dinner, I'm already over my fat. So, like, what, a fucking zero fat dinner? What does that look like? But yeah, yeah, things looking good. I'm learning. Had the workout, came home. After the workout, went to have a coffee with my mate. We just chatting for a while, you know. Came back, and I did a little bit of work, and I realised that focus I've said this a million times, but focus is a massive problem for me. And I did have one or two blocks of like 30 minutes where I did good work. I just need to. I had this realization when I was in the toilets today. I was like, why don't I just get a Chrome extension and ban YouTube and Instagram so I stop browsing on there whenever like shit gets hard. So I ban it for my work period, and then obviously I can unban it later. If I just eliminate all distractions, then eventually the only thing I'll have to do is drink water and go to the toilet. Those are the only distractions. So eliminate the distractions, then I have to work. So, because so far like rewarding myself and just trying to do willpower doesn't really work. So eliminating all distractions, there's literally nothing I can do. Sounds like a good idea. I'll probably be doing that moving forward. Watch more of The Boys. And yeah, it's been a good 3 days. I'm pretty happy with myself. Could be doing more work, admittedly. Tomorrow I have a pretty good chunk of time to do PT work, as in like the work towards getting the qualification. So yeah, it's going to be a cool day. Hope you're all doing well, and hope you're having a successful week so far, and see you later.